Yo, what's going on everyone? In today's video, I will be showing you all of the fastest money methods that you should be doing this entire week in GTA 5 Online to make yourself millions upon millions of dollars as a solo player. That's right, because in total, I will be covering 6 solo money methods all in this one video. That being said, if you go on to enjoy, please don't forget to go down below and drop a like on it for me. But now let's get into the very first money method. Alright, so for the first method, we are going to be playing the Assault on Cayo Perico adversary mode, which this current week is finally returned and is also paying out double money and double RP. To start this, it's very simple. First, open up the pause menu, go over to where it says online, click jobs, play job, Rockstar created, and then adversary mode. Then you'll see the Assault on Cayo Perico adversary mode right here at the very top. So the way this game mode works is very simple. There is only 2 different teams, one team of defenders and one team of attackers. Currently, I am on the attackers team. All we have to do on the attackers team is drop down from an airplane down onto the Cayo Perico Island. Then once we land, we have to try to capture the 2 objectives, which are the A and B objectives. Capturing them is very easy because all you have to do is walk up to any one of the radars and then click right on the D-pad on it to perform the hack by clicking all of the buttons it tells you to in the correct order to begin the hack. Then you'll see the objective will turn blue and there will be a timer starting on that objective, because once that timer goes all the way down, it will explode and you will successfully capture this first objective as long as the other team doesn't come and stop the hack. So be sure once you do hack the radar successfully that you stay near it to defend it, that way none of the people on the other team come and stop the hack from processing. But yeah, that is pretty much how simple this game mode is. We are pretty much just capturing 2 objectives 3 different times on 3 different areas on the Cayo Perico Island. Then we'll end up inside of El Rubio's main compound. Which in there, if you capture that last objective, which is only 1, you'll finally complete the entire game mode and win as the attackers team. But if you weren't able to make it all the way over to the compound, then of course the defenders team will end up winning the entire match. That wasn't the case right now because take a look, we actually captured that last objective at El Rubio's compound. Once we did, we won the entire match, and here's how much money you'll get paid: a total of $232,000 and also 21,000 RP on top of that amazing money, which is super good money and RP to be earning, especially considering that anybody is able to start this game mode, and you could also earn way more money than I did. Alright, but now getting into the second money method, I will now be showing you how to make $252,000 in only 2 minutes. That's right, really easy money. So if you want to do this, first open up the pause menu and come over to this exact location at the Ron Alternates wind farm where this week's HSW time trial is located at. Once over here, call out your fastest HSW vehicle that you own to then drive it on top of the time trial and click right D-pad. From there, stay still but open up the pause menu and come down here to where the checkpoint is at to simply mark it. Once you've marked it, drop the pause menu, open up the phone, click here where it says job list to exit out of the time trial just like so. From here, whenever you are ready, click right on the D-pad to begin the HSW time trial, then follow exactly where the waypoint is telling you to go to the entire way through. And it's literally that simple. The only tricks I would recommend you take advantage of the entire way over there is to make sure you are driving on the side of the road to avoid all of the traffic. Especially on the freeway part, because on the freeway part there's pretty much another side lane on the side of the road that you could easily drive on to avoid all of the traffic. Also make sure you avoid all of the traffic on the freeway going over the bridge, because on that bridge is lots of traffic, and trust me, you don't want to crash there because if you do, it might make you not be able to beat the time trial. Anyway though, assuming you didn't crash and beat this time trial in time, here's how much money you'll get paid. As I said, $252,000 in just over 2 minutes. Getting into the third money method, this one is very fast. I just want to let you guys know about it, that way you don't miss out in case you didn't already. But this week in GTA 5 Online, by completing the Cayo Perico Heist on your very first time, you'll 100% get the Panther Statue as your primary target. So make sure you definitely start up one of these Cayo Perico heists inside of the Kosatka this week to get that Panther Statue, because as you all know, the Panther Statue is the most valuable primary target, and it's only available during weeks like this once they make it available on a special week. Sadly, we are only able to get this once, but if you are able to do it with another friend who already has the Panther Statue, then of course you'll be able to earn some of that money from his heist. So if you are somebody who would like to do this Cayo Perico heist with other friends and you want to use my comment section to your advantage, definitely do so by going down below and commenting down your console and also gamer tag. That way others could respond to you and find you to do this heist with. Getting into the fourth money method though, I will now be showing you how to make $101,000 in under 1 minute. If you want to do this, first open up the pause menu and come over to this exact location at the bottom of Mount Gordo where this week's regular time trial is located at. Once over here, call out your fastest motorcycle that you own, then come over on top of the time trial to line up on the very edge of the time trial. Then whenever you are ready, simply click right on the D-pad to begin the time trial, and all you want to do the entire way is follow exactly what I'm doing going up this entire part of the mountain. And honestly, there's not really too much explaining I can do here. You just want to follow exactly where I'm going along this part of the mountain because it is the fastest way up there and we don't have too much time to beat it since we only have around 45 seconds. So there's definitely no room for error. If you even crash once going up this entire part of the mountain, I would recommend just restarting because you have to do this entire part flawlessly. The only other tip I would recommend other than following my exact route is at this very end part to make sure you are very careful because if you go too fast, you might launch yourself off the mountain and not even be able to beat the time trial. Anyway though, assuming you didn't do that and beat the time trial in time, here's how much money you'll get paid. As I said, $101,000 in just around 45 seconds. For the fifth money method, we are now going to be playing the super yacht life missions, which this current week in GTA 5 Online once again are paying out double money and also double RP. Starting these is very simple, but you do need to own a super yacht because once you own a yacht, you either can enter at the very top floor over inside this room and then go on top of the yellow circle to click right on the D-pad to begin these missions, or if you already did these missions, you could simply open up the pause menu, go over to where it says online, click jobs, play jobs, Rockstar created, and then missions. Then you'll see all of the super yacht life missions at the very top. Once you start any one of the missions, which in this case I started the all hands mission, which is the easiest one in my opinion, you now want to simply complete it. The reason I love doing the all hands mission is because all you have to do in this mission is go over to LSIA, steal a Tula, then take that Tula over to a country club to extinguish some fires. After you extinguish those fires, you need to extinguish one more set of fires just down the road, and after you did that, we are literally completely done with the entire mission. All we then have to do is deliver this Tula back over to the yacht. Once you did, here is how much money you'll get paid for passing the mission. As you could see, $144,000, and also on top of that, a total of around 5,600 RP, which is how much money and RP you'll get per super yacht life mission, which is very good money. And the best part is you could also do this with up to 3 friends. Finally though, getting into the sixth and final money method, this one involves the new weekly challenge, which if you open up the interaction menu, go down to where it says challenges and weekly challenge, you'll see it is to simply survive 3 waves in any survival without dying, which is a really easy weekly challenge. I currently am on my first round, so I only need 2 more rounds to complete this challenge. And once I did complete those 3 rounds, you don't even have to complete the entire survival, you could literally just leave. And once you did, here's how much money you'll get paid, $100,000, and you'll also unlock a special t-shirt. Anyway though, like I said, that was going to be the very last money method of today's video. You officially know all of the fastest ways for you to be making millions upon millions of dollars this week in GTA 5 Online. So if you went on to enjoy my video and you haven't already, please do me a favor in return by going down below and dropping a like on the video before you click off. And if you aren't already, make sure you also hit that subscribe button, that way you don't miss out on any future GTA 5 Online videos just like this one from me. But with all of that being said, until next time, I will see you all in my very next video. Peace.